Maybe you have a list too. My list is the items that are on my wish list for Black Friday sales. So let's see what I have on it and compare. My name is Sandy and I enjoy makeup. Makeup makes me happy. Makeup is my self care, it's what I do for myself, and it's where I can play with color and create. And I think creation is fun. So, what do I have on my list? I have 12 different items, and most of them, of course, will be eyeshadow palettes, but there are a few other items. So, we're going to start off with item number one. There's 12 of them. So, item number one is the Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette. Why I have this on my list is number one, I would like to try Blend Bunny. And of the offerings that they have, this one is probably the closest to my aesthetic. I do use probably mainly, I would say, neutrals. And so it is a neutral palette with some pinks. And it's a very good, I think, representation of what a dollhouse, if you could make it into makeup, I think she did a wonderful job. So that is why the Blend Bunny is on my list. And these are in no particular order. Number two and three are from the same brand, and that is Cosmetic Beauty Cosmetic Brushes. And the two palettes are the neutrals. That would be my number two pick. Again, we see the basic colors, a little bit of purple, green, a little bit of orange, but it's a neutral, so it's easy to use on the everyday. The second one that I would like, and it's unfortunately out of stock at this time, is the Cool Trills. And what I like about is the blues and the grays. Going into the winter, and especially today. Today was those colors. It was gray. It was that dramatic feeling. So I really like that one. Unfortunately, it's out of stock. I put my name on the list, so if it comes in, maybe I'll grab that one. Okay, product number four is the Melt Cosmetics matte lipstick called Pumpkin. Why do I like this one? Is number one, the color. The color is unbelievably beautiful. It's an orange, as the name might imply. But what I like about this color is, to me, pumpkins are the entirety of the holiday season, at least in the context of how the United States celebrates. We start with Halloween and we go all the way through New Year. And so that's, a good 3-month period. And I think that color, number one, would look good on me. I have some blue. I do have yellows, but blue undertones, so that that orange color would really look good. And again, like I said, pumpkin in my imagination anyway is something that, you have pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, I guess. I usually make it. And others sometimes also serve it on their Christmas or winter solstice, however you celebrate that. So I think that that's a good lipstick color, and I think that I certainly could get more use than just the 3 months. Like next year, I would probably start wearing that in September. So that's on the list. Next, we come to products from Bare Minerals, and the two products that I have. One of them is like a bronzer. Well, it is the bronzer, and the color that I like is called Kiss of Rose. Now, why do I want this one, and how I think this would serve me is that I don't typically wear bronzer all the time. And that goes back to like when I grew up back in my day, we really, certainly people did, but the friends that I knew and all of the people when I was growing up, a teenager or whatever, no one wore bronzer, in the 80s. I know people did, but not in my like circle. You didn't see the ladies, girls, whatever in high school. I mean, we believed in tanning. The tanning beds were how they got their bronze, and that's a fact. I didn't, but so bronzer wasn't a thing. So the Bare Minerals bronzer with the Kiss of Rose, I think would maybe help that be a product that I could use. And the color I chose, the Kiss of Rose, kind of has or I think, a bronzed rose look. So I think that's good. The second one I was interested in is their glowy highlighter blush. I have the pink glow, and so I thought that the mauve glow would probably work better for my skin tone than the pink that I have. Now, the pink glow that I have I like, but I think for me personally, the mauve glow would suit my undertone and my skin the best. So those are the two from Bare Minerals. Now, I'm only going to show pictures of two Jones Road products, and they're my 7 and 8th pick. But actually, for one of the Jones Road's beauty, I would like all of them, and I guess I'll start with that. I'll start with the first one, and that's the What the Foundation. I'm interested in that in the porcelain. Now, why do I think I want that one? Is because I'm in an older age bracket, and I don't really need, not that anyone does or does not, but I don't feel that I need the coverage of foundation that I may have when I was younger. And so the idea of how Bobbi Brown, talks about, you start in the center and with a little, and you just kind of blend out. I like that idea. So I'm thinking about that. So then the second would be their Miracle Bombs. Now, I only have one picture that I'm going to show, and that is the Pinky Bronze. That's a new shade. I like the name. I like the color. I think that would be good. But I understand. I've gotten an email that they're going to release the Miracle Bombs in minis. And if that is the truth, I might buy most of them. Probably the ones that I wouldn't purchase is the like sheer one that's just, like no color. That I see why that might work for others, but I have no interest. So, but if the minis come out, I might pick up them all. So we'll see. Okay, we're just flying through this. Next we have the Glaminatrix. I'm interested in the Barely Basics, and I have found out that it's back in stock. So that's exciting. Now, what do I like about this one? I think that the gradation of color is very nice. I like that. I like the top row of the shifty shades. Um, I just like the setup. I mean, and then, for this season, this is going to tie into another one. The color of the season is supposed to be burgundy, and so you have that anchored in the corner. So that kind of draws my attention. That's that one. Next, we have Nomad Cosmetics and the Ghost Town palette. Now, the Ghost Town palette has been on my radar, on my mind since it originally came out last year. I did not pick it up. It went away. They re-released it, and I was like, I'm gonna get that. I haven't yet because I was like, I wish it would be on sale. Now, I don't think I'll get a sale. They don't. This one probably is too popular to be a sale item, but I really like it. What do I like about it? I like the theming, the Ghost Town. It makes me think of the song Ghost Town by Cheap Trick. And, it's kind of a soulful song. And that's what I get from this palette too, kind of a soulful feel. It kind of ties into the Cool Trolls. You have, some of those blues, and it kind of feels that kind of gloom, and it's kind of, it's got that feeling. So that is on the list. All right, number 11 is the Glamlite Chucky Crazy in Love. Okay, why had I selected this one? Totally unmakeup related is that it's a Chucky palette and I like dolls. I collect dolls. And that's kind of why I liked the Blend Bunny one too. Is I do have a dollhouse. I didn't have a dollhouse when I was growing up. So of course, sometimes we have to give ourselves the toys we didn't have. So I have a dollhouse and I have dolls. So Chucky fits that theming of it's another one of my interests. So we have Chucky there. But then we have the colors, and again, we have the burgundy, and the burgundy again for this season is really popular. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. I don't necessarily care about what other people say is a color for the season. Burgundy has always been kind of my, in my wardrobe from fall until spring, and it's a color that I wear. So, number one, that already goes with my wardrobe. And then number two, I also like the grays and the moody, the gloomy. I like that. So that's a really neat palette. And also, I know that Glamlite always has pretty good sales. So that'll probably, be worth my while. Now, number 12, and again, these were in no particular order. It's just how I was doing my list, is the Profusion Paradise palette. Now, Profusion, it's a large 35 shades, so it's a big palette. they have a lot in there. They give you everything, and without a doubt, a lot of them are overlapping, and you could edit it down. But I like big palettes. I like small palettes. I like big palettes. I like it all. Like, I don't discriminate here. Give me your big palette. Give me your small palette. Just give them to me. So what this one ties into is the Nomad Ghost Town. When the Ghost Town re-released, I was like, oh, I want it. But then I was like, do I really, And so I was like, oh, well, let's see what Profusion has. And I thought, well, this would be a good placeholder. I didn't buy it, but, when I was looking at the colors, I was like, well, that's pretty close. And then another thing about Profusion is I understand that a lot of people want a more prestige makeup because it gives them that sense of, luxury. Again, I don't care what you are, from the dollar store to whatever. If you're a color that I like, I'll get you. But the quality is very good. It's I would say comparable to I don't have a good compare. Well, actually, I'll say for sure it's comparable to me. I have a Pat McGrath, the Celestial Nirvana, whatever, one of them. It was a holiday palette. And I would say that that's comparable. It to me, it lasts just as long. It blends easy. There's no fallout. So if you have seen a palette from Profusion, I know that a lot of people were excited about their Halloween release, and that was beautiful too. So those were my 12 picks. What do you think of my list? Do you think I was diverse enough? Probably not. But what do I think will come in? At this point, I don't know. When the Glaminatrix, I got the list that the email that they were back. I was like, well, that changes my ranking and an idea of what I'll pick up. So that's what I have. I hope that this was interesting. I might not even pick out any of them. I don't know. I really don't at this point. But that's what I came up with, and I'd be curious to see what you're looking at. If you found this video, and that's my cats climbing the window, I think, but if you found this video interesting, please give it a like and subscribe. But until next time, I wish you all the best, and I hope that you find some sort of joys, whether it be makeup or other, like cats or dogs, whatever. But find some joy to make you smile. Until next time.